solstice here, so we're going to be playing some sun songs tonight, and also we're going to be playing some cat songs. So it's kind of a sunny cat sunny kind of thing. So we're going to see like that, see. But we're going to be playing a lot of sun songs. Hopefully, Taper Jesse can think of a couple more sun songs. I tried to cover all I could remember, and got a couple cat songs since Dark Star Kitty, the family pet of Ramblin' Rob and Smokestack Cindy, passed away Saturday. So we're going to play a couple tunes in memory of the Dark Star Kitty there. So stick around, guys. First, let's go through this what happened in Grateful Dead before we get rocking with some Grateful Dead. Today in Grateful Dead history, of course, it's a middle of summer tour usually. Things are going full steam ahead, so this is going to be a little winded. It may take me a couple minutes to get through this because, like I said, they're full steam ahead at this point. Okay. 67, Polo Field. I believe that was a summer solstice festival, Golden Gate Park. 1969, Fillmore East, 2 shows. Yeah, 2 shows on the same night. Top of the World, Jerry on Pedal Steel. 1970, Pauley Ballroom, Berkeley, California, American Indian Benefit Show. 1971, Chateau de Hironville in France. That was an AM, FM, and TV broadcast. That was last time they played Long Black Limousine. It is a great show, too. It's kind of weird, but it was a great show. Honky Chateau. Let's see, 1976, Tower Theater, Upper Darby, PA. 1980, one of the few, I think they only went up there once, played 2 shows, I believe. 1980, the guys played in Anchorage, Alaska at the West High Auditorium. Yes, they played in a high school auditorium. 1983, Meriwether Post Pavilion, Columbia, Maryland. 1984, the Kingswood Music Theater, Maple, Ontario, of course, up north in Canada. Hey, hello, you guys. I heard you just might legalize marijuana. How you doing up there, Canadian listeners and friends? I know I got one up there because I've talked to you. Hey, man, I'm coming up to visit you. Okay, that was an encore with the band. It was a SIVA benefit and an FM broadcast, and the last time the guys played New Orleans. 1985, Alpine Valley, East Troy. 1986, Greek Theater. 1987, the same place. 1989, Shoreline Amphitheater in Mountain View, California. Part of the second set with the big man himself, Clarence Clemens. That was a pay-per-view. Remember that? Remember that pay-per-view thing when they actually charge you like these exorbitant amounts to watch some sort of event or show? That was a pay-per-view TV broadcast, an FM broadcast, and the last hideaway. 1993, Deer Creek, right up the road. 1995, Knickerbocker Arena in Albany, New York. That was the Last Road Jimmy, Last Women Are Smarter, Last Supplication Jam, and Last Morning Dew. Okay, well, guys, let's get on with some sunny songs here. We got Sunshine Daydream, some Catfish John, and a nice long 15-minute Dark Star. Don't forget to check out Ramblin' Rob on Facebook. Also, check out my YouTube channel. And also, while you're on the interwebs, you can go to WAIF's website and become a member because we are community radio. We depend on you guys, our listening community, to keep this great big ball of fun we like to call the greatest story ever told rolling on down the road. We're on our 6th year, approaching 7. So thank you very much for all the support in the past and all the future support you may give. And that being said, sit down, my friends. You're in for a good show.
Hey, what are you trying to do? You ruined my record, man. I just bought it.
Sunshine daydream, walk you in the tall trees, going where the wind goes, blooming, blooming like a red rose. Now come on over, sweetly, light out singing, I'll catch you in the morning sunshine. Sunshine daydream, sunshine daydream. Well, come on over, daydream, sunshine daydream. Here come I coming from a sweet dream, sunshine daydream. Waiting in a cold stream, go on out your window, go in the window. We're never gonna miss us. But I see I got you in the morning sunshine, sunshine daydream, sunshine daydream.
right, Brain. You don't like me, and I don't like you. But let's just do this, and I can get back to killing you with beer.
Kinda grabs you by the boo-boo, don't it?
chestnut mare. Love me never spoken air. Snow is hard to bear. Mama said, don't go near that river. Don't be hanging around old Catfish John. On the morning I'd always be there, walking in his footsteps in the sweet Delta dawn. Walking in his footsteps in the sweet Delta dawn.
His paralysis is entirely psychosomatic. But we all need to go along with this because he's in a delicate state.
So when you say psychosomatic, you mean like he could start a fire with his thoughts?
No, not at all. It means it's all in his mind.
I'm just saying, sometimes you get a knock on the head, you get special powers. It happens all the time. Read a comic book, okay?
I'm 55 years old, and all I got to my name is a car and a duffel bag full of underwear and sweet stinky weed.
How much you selling that weed for, old man?
What was that? Probably just a coyote.
Aren't people supposed to be scared of coyotes?
No, that's just because they sound scary, man. In one-on-one combat, either of us could take down a coyote, no problem.
What?
Burning by the water. Before he speaks, the world around us quiet.
Woohoo! Donna's done singing. Woohoo! No. That was a little bit of the old Sunrise there, a rare tune. I don't know if they did that more than maybe 8 or 9 times.
I gotta be honest. I think she was only in the band like another year after that album came out. So
Yeah, I just don't think it went over well.
Yeah.
In concert.
well, yeah. It's torch songs aren't necessarily what the Grateful Dead does.
In case you're tuning in, you're listening to Ramblin' Rob and Tabor Jesse here on The Greatest Story Ever Told. Have a good show left for you guys, rolling up onto the second hour. In case you're joining us a little late, missed some Sunshine Daydream from 12/31/78. Little Catfish John, 6/16/1982. That was the Jerry Garcia Band.
I liked that one.
Yeah, I always liked that too. Dark Star by the Grateful Dead from Rockin' the Rhine with the Grateful Dead when they were over in Jahrhundert Hall is that the Netherlands?
No,
Or
that's Frankfurt.
Is it Frankfurt?
I think it's Frankfurt, Germany.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm pretty sure it's Germany. Might be Frankfurt.
And that was 5/12/77's version of Sunrise from the Auditorium Theater, Chicago, Illinois. So there you go, guys. Got some more good stuff in just a little bit. Got some more Grateful Dead, doing some sunshiny songs. Got a couple more cat tunes. And
meow.
Yeah, we got some cat tunes. But first, I think I'll play something sunny here in just a little bit, since I neglected to play it at the beginning of the show. I'll play it now. After this, we will get to Jerry Garcia Band doing a live version of Lucky Old Sun. It's a live version via the audience, not a sound board. So just take it easy, guys, man. But it's still good. I'm sure you're going to like it. And if you don't, great.
Thursday nights from 8 till 10, 88.3 Wave FM. Tune on in, yeah, and feed your head. Always awesome tunes and always Grateful Dead. Yeah, Ramblin' Rob, well, he's your host. Streaming on the web from coast to coast. Check it as you do from shows of old. It's Ramblin' Rob's Greatest Story Ever.
Up in the morning, out on the job, work like the devil for my pay. But that lucky old sun got nothing to do but roll around heaven all fuss with my woman, toy with my kids, sweat till I'm wrinkled and gray. but that lucky old sun got nothing to do but roll around all Lord above, can't you hear me cry? Tears are in my Send down that cloud with a silver line. Lift me up to paradise. Show me that river. Take me across. Wash all my troubles away. Like that lucky old sun, give me nothing to do but roll around heaven all
wash all my troubles away. Like that lucky old song. Give me nothing to do but roll. I just wanna roll.
Smoking performance of the Jerry Garcia Band doing Lucky Old Sun. Since we're on the summer solstice, happy summer solstice. I don't know if that's the correct way to say happy summer solstice. Is happy summer solstice.
I'd say happy summer solstice is a pretty good way to get the point across.
Okay, cool. Let's see. So we got that going for us. We have a solstice and all. It's not the longest day of the year, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody always says, it's the longest day of the year. No, technically, it's not any longer than any other day. Just we have more sunlight. You see, that's the thing.
Right.
Anyway,
they're all 24 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say. As far as I know, they're all 24 hours unless they're leap year. A couple shout outs: Jeff Gantz and family, Diane and family. Big shout out to them. Cindy, nice guy Eddie, and all my Facebook friends. Fred, I know you're listening. Thank you very much. Also wanted to remind everybody on July 15th there is a free show at Stanley's. It's David Gans and Scott Cardner. They are playing together on a Sunday afternoon just for 2 little hours. So make sure you get down there so you can check them out. Let's see. We have next on the list real quick. Jam Band headlines. A 2018 fall tour was announced for Dark Star Orchestra. Yay. Like those guys. I haven't seen them for a while. I always have bad luck with their shows. But 1973 to 74 Pacific Northwest box set's coming out. Did you see that, Jesse?
I did.
Looks good. I like 73, 74, though.
Yeah. Even if I had the money,
right?
I'm slightly upset because one of my favorite all-time Dead shows is the very next date after that box set stops.
They drew the line in the sand right in front.
Yeah.
And which show is that?
That's the Missoula, Montana show.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So I was a little heartbroken. I was very excited. I was like,
crux.
Sweet, I can download this. Purchase this.
Yeah. Dave Lemieux, you crazy guy.
Right.
I guess he's in charge of this still, right?
I don't know.
Probably.
He probably has a staff that takes care of it for him,
Very true. Okay, and real quick, wanted to get to the 420-bit. But speaking of the 420-bit, there's a real funny video of John Mayer and how he writes songs online. I was going to play it, but it has too many beeps in it. But if you like the Dead and Company version of the Grateful Dead, you should definitely check that video out because it's very comical.
Yes, very comical.
I've watched it two or three times already, and I have more respect for the guy now.
Right.
Because really, I haven't seen too many interviews with him. I watched an interview today, actually, with him, talking about the Grateful Dead and such, and getting into it. But anyway, speaking of getting into things, Jesse has some important things that you might want to get into.
According to a study conducted by the U.S. Department of Transportation, lapses in drivers' attention have been identified as a significant contributing factor in as many as 90% of traffic crashes.
Jeez.
Common causes of distraction include daydreaming, fatigue, children in the car, adjusting the radio, using a cell phone, texting, reading maps, applying makeup, shaving. The list goes on and on, folks.
Smacking your kids.
Stay
Is that
safe.
On there?
Pay attention. It is not on there.
Is it on there?
So I guess it's implied it's okay to smack your kid as they're going down the road.
I don't know about that, but
yeah, not that our show would ever advocate such, but I mean, we've got a PSA right here.
Distracting. Right? I guess I consider that not distracting.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Normal. It's normal.
You're solving a distraction.
That's right. You're saving people's lives.
Anyways, this message, other than our little part about smacking kids, airs from the Ohio Department of Public Safety and WAIF.
Cool.
And Sunday Evening Jazz from the Inside offers the serious-minded listener the legacy that has provided style, passion, and finesse for decades. Listen to classic recordings, interviews, and always the eloquence of this great art form every Sunday evening from 8 to 10. Hosted by John Ridley, that's Sunday Evening Jazz from the Inside right here on WAIF 883 FM Cincinnati.
Yeah,
and growing up can be rough when you're alone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. If you're looking for a fun and rewarding way to spend some of your free time, then the Cincinnati Youth Collaborative Mentoring Program may be for you. For more information on this and many different mentoring options, for more information on the many different mentoring options available, please call 513-475-4165 or visit online at www.cycuyouth.org.
Cool. I'll do
Sir.
it. No, not really. Okay, our 420 bit before we get into some more. See, I got some Jerry Garcia Band off the Pizza tapes. I actually bought this a long time ago. Shoo, man. It's probably the late 90s up in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. I was at a bluegrass show, actually, a bluegrass festival that went all like 7 days. Shoo.
It's a lot of bluegrass.
It was a lot of bluegrass, but I saw some just absolutely, like, all the top acts. They drew, and that's why I went up there. I'm like, man, they've got like everybody from the Stanley Brothers to Rhonda Vincent to, man, I can't remember, but yeah, it was very, there was a lot of big old tour buses there, let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't just a bunch of pickers in a van. Well, there was some of that, but anyway. That's where I saw that the McCurrys were there.
Yeah.
Traveling McCurrys. And Ronnie McCurry actually was, I walked by, he was actually sitting in the workshop area giving mandolin lessons to people.
Nice.
Him and another dude in another band. I was like, sat and watched him for a while. He was just real nice to have. He was real informal, just talking to people, and it was real kind of throwy backy. It was nice.
Speaking of bluegrass, you know what I got to do last Friday night?
No, what?
I got to sit 10 feet away from Peter Rowan as he sang me a bunch of his songs.
Really?
Yeah. At
Dang.
Memorial Hall. I won tickets.
No kidding.
Total fluke.
Wow. Well, that's lucky. 10 feet. That's pretty close. Yeah, I like Peter Rowan.
Yeah.
I like Peter Rowan. He's getting up there in age.
He still sings and plays like he's, well, in his 50s.
50, right. Exactly. Okay, real quick, the 420 bit. I did not research this, but I read something, and I'm going to just blindly repeat it here. I believe this is a semi-comprehensive previous. This is a list of previous bands that Jerry Garcia has played in, and I'll let Jesse confirm these. Did he play in the Wildwood Boys?
Yes.
Okay. The Black Mountain Boys?
Ooh.
I think so.
Yeah.
Heart Valley Drifters, I know he
Yes.
played in.
Yes, they just had a...
Of course, Mother McCree's Uptown Jug Champions.
Yes.
Thunder Mountain Tub Thumpers? Maybe. Check that one out.
I know he played in a lot of, like, one-off
Right.
bands at one time.
And one of those is, I didn't do research on this one either, but it's called the Zodiacs. And last, Jerry and Sarah.
Yeah.
Just Jerry and Sarah there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot of bands he's been in.
Right.
But then he got stuck in the Grateful Dead for a long time.
Right.
Of course, Jerry Garcia Band.
Legion of Mary.
Legion of Mary.
Resurrection.
David and the Dorks.
Yeah. Keith and Donna Band.
Keith and Donna Band. He was in, Bobby Ace and the Cards from the Bottom.
Yeah.
And what was the other when they kicked Bobby and Pigpen out? What was the name?
Mickey and the Heartbeats.
Mickey and the Heartbeats.
Played with Dave Bromberg for a while. Billy, Jerry, and Keith, and I think Phil.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did not know that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's been in a couple more bands actually that was not on that list apparently. The Grateful Dog.
Oh, right.
The whole, Grisman and him.
Oh yeah.
Jerry Garcia Band.
Old and in the Way.
Old and in the
Great
Way.
American String Band.
Yeah. Wow. Jeez. That's not very comprehensive. That's why I said semi-comprehensive. I was like, there was a couple on there. I know.
Maybe they were looking for
pre-Grateful Dead.
Pre-Grateful Dead.
Well, these are all pre-Grateful Dead.
But the Warlocks aren't even on there.
No, they're not. Nope. Yep, there's
Rob,
one.
I think we found our $1 million business idea.
Proving people wrong? No.
Yeah!
What's that?
Coming up with Grateful Dead trivia questions.
See, I used to, when I first did the show, I did Grateful Dead trivia questions and gave out my email and phone number, and people were supposed to call me or email me, and then I picked a winner. But I discovered that since the internet was there, like, everybody won.
Right.
Yeah, you just can't trust somebody with a smartphone.
Dude, Google just said that it was
right. Siri,
Let It Rain.
That's right. You know, Siri, what year? What day did Pigpen die? You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get rolling with a. We're going sunny today. It is the summer solstice. Happy summer solstice, Jesse.
Why? Happy summer solstice
It's
to
still
you
pretty
too,
bright
Rob.
outside. It's 9:05. It actually was light at almost 9:45 last night at the house. It was pretty late.
I didn't pay any attention. I was
Long
slicing bread.
Slicing bread. This is off the Pizza Tapes, a good album that was done by Jerry Garcia, David Grisman, and Tony Rice. And you know the fabled story behind the Pizza Tapes?
Oh, yeah, the pizza guy took off with the tapes.
Right. I don't know if that's true, but apparently it is.
Yeah, I mean, while I...
Seems weird, but okay.
Seems weird, and while I don't think theft is wrong, I mean, you get one shot. You could have some,
gold.
Some gold. And apparently you did.
But that's like, that kind of gold is kind of like Cabbage Patch gold. Like, you got, 9 out of 10 people are going to like, ooh, an unknown Jerry Garcia album. Yay, I'll put it on my yard sale. Like, thanks.
But just like anything else to the right people,
Oh, yeah.
That's a gold mine. He probably knew who he was delivering that pizza to.
Maybe. I think they were actually at a recording studio, but I don't know where.
Huh.
And I gave this tape away or lost it in life, so I don't even have it anymore. But anyway.
Did your pizza guy take it? Because
I
that
used to
would
order a lot of
be
pizza.
wonderful.
Come to think of it, I think you may be onto something.
You better call Donato's, man.
There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many poor boys, and God, I know I'm my mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans.
as a suitcase and a trunk. And the only time he's satisfied is when he's on a drum. Don't do what I have done and spend your life in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many poor boys and me. Oh Lord, I'm one. And me, oh Lord, I'm one. It had a few Chinese intervals in it.
All right, a little bit of the live in studio version of House of the Rising Sun. Jerry Garcia sound like he's about to croak. How can you get any slower than that version, that tempo, that tune?
I don't know, man. You've heard the Garcia beat.
Hold on. Okay.
It's the same, man. You've heard the Garcia band's version of "Night They Drove Old Dixie Down." I mean,
and we make fun of that one.
Like, how does the drummer even keep that time? He hits the snare and then he goes and fixes himself a drink, comes back, kick drum, goes, smokes something, comes back, bam, hits a cymbal. I mean, that's like the slowest song.
Well, that Lucky Old Sun wasn't too fast tempoed either.
I've heard death marches that were faster.
Funeral dirges.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's pick up the pace a little bit here, courtesy of Bobby Weir. This one is Walk in the Sunshine, off his first studio album, Ace. It came out, what, 75, I think?
72.
What, really? Wow,
Yep.
that old? Wow.
Came out not long after the Garcia album, and then the Rolling Thunder album came out.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too.
Yeah.
That's a real good one. Let's see. This one features pretty much all the guys on the Grateful Dead.
Pretty much.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much a Grateful Dead album, but it's all Bobby songs.
Right, it's all Bobby songs, Bobby's way.
But yeah.
That's the thing.
A lot of woo!
Lazy lightning. Okay. How about some Summer Solstice, Walking in the Sunshine?
Look out, 'cause here comes some free advice. Walk in the sunshine. Watch for the bright side. Be all those things you're able to be. Got to listen to the heavens. You got to try and understand the greatness of their movement Watch what you hear now. Make sure it's clear now. Just 'cause it's said, that don't mean that it's true. 'Cause folks will always say you got to make a revolution. You got to help me with my cause. You got to burn down all the buildings. You got to roll out all the laws. I ain't burning, Lord, I'm still only learning how to become a man of my own. I ain't crazy, none am I lazy. I just want to find out what's right and what's wrong. I ain't burning, whole world keeps on turning. I'm still trying to find out what's right and what's wrong. I ain't crazy.
Oh yeah, Bob. You want to bet? Little. What's that?
Guess what?
What's that?
We just got some free advice. We just got 3 minutes of free advice, Rob.
Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Bob.
All right. Well, speaking of sun, let's go into a. Let's see. Here Comes Sunshine from 223-74 up at Winterland, San Francisco. And then we've got a local band there from right up the road in Dayton called Crazy Town, playing a tune called Cats So High. And then we're going to roll into Cats Under the Stars from 1988 at the Wiltern Theater in Los Angeles, California. And then we're going to get on with some one of the random things that people give us here at WAIF. This was given to us by someone who was on Notorious Joyous shows, right?
Yeah.
One of Notorious Joyous's friends. This is Cuts from So Many Roads, it says. The 65 to 95 box set I had lost in my first divorce. Anyway. It was a pretty good box set. Yeah. It was worth it. Anyway. Check out, real quick, before I forget, check out David Gans. He'll be in town July 15th with Scott Carpenter down at Stanley's Sunday afternoon. Be a good show.
6:30.
6:30? I thought it was even earlier than that. I thought it was an afternoon show, actually.
Oh, that's still pretty early.
Well, yeah, I guess so, in the grand scheme of things. Well, speaking of grand themes, got a couple new sound bites here. Hopefully they won't offend anybody, but this is why I read. This is why I read the disclaimer. Okay, here comes some solstice songs.
We didn't crawl out from under no rocks. We didn't have no tails. And we didn't come from monkeys, you atheistic pinko meathead.
I don't think you're happy enough.
Oh, good grief.
Tree so tall, I climb to the top, oh, to see forever. I'd love to stay the night there, but my cat's so high, I come back down, he tells me no. Lord, I drive back to you. Yeah, I drive back to you. A country mile, it seems by the way that time has passed. Yeah, I drive back to you. Lord, I drive back to you. A summertime, it feels so lazy. Shade to master, I drive back to you. Lord, I drive back to you. So high, he closed his eyes and sang me the blow. Now Lord, I sing them to you. Yeah, Lord, I sing them to you. With summertime, I could not come or go. Yeah, I drive back to you. Lord, I drive back to you. Always drive back to you. Drive back to you. a summertime. Yeah, you feel so fancy flowing. Yeah, I drive back to you. My cat's so high, it crossed his eyes and tells me more. Lord, I drive back to you. Yeah, I drive back to you. I'll always drive back to you. Always drive back to you. Drive back to you. I'll always drive back to you. Drive back to you. Drive back to you. Always drive back to you. Always drive back to you.
Little Darkstar Kitty tribute there. He's always so high.
Hey, God! This is even better than a DuckTales episode, Brain!
Gets down under the stars. Gets down under the stars. Gets on the blacktop, where is he in the treetop? Someone plays guitar that sounds like happening. I ain't ready yet to go to bed. I think I'll take a walk downtown instead. Gets down under the stars. Gets down under the stars. stripper, doing it just for you. Time is a stripper, doing it just for you.
From 1988, 1126, the Wiltern Theater in Los Angeles, California. A little bit of the Jerry Garcia Band there. Little tributes to the Cats. That was, I think, our last Cat tune. That was because tribute to Dark Star Kitty. I think we rolled through enough Cat tunes for the night. Going to be going and getting a little crazy here in a second, but Taper Jesse has some good information for you all, so just open up your ears here and listen to this.
We'd do anything for kids, whether it's finding the owner of a lost toy or picking up a dropped sippy cup. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. That's 13 million kids who aren't sure where their next meal is coming from. Help end childhood hunger and give all of our kids the meals they need to grow. Learn how at feedingamerica.org. This message is brought to you by Feeding America and WAIF Cincinnati. Explore the music on In Review with Steve every Tuesday evening from 10 to midnight. Join Steve as he features an ever-changing 2-hour music theme celebrating the psychedelic sounds, the deeper cuts, and the best 60s obscurities not being played on mainstream radio. That's In Review every Tuesday at 10, playing the best music you never hear right here on WAIF 883 Cincinnati.
Yeah, another one of those great, unique programs you can only hear on WAIF.
But if he's playing the best music you never hear, then he's canceling out that statement because you're hearing it.
I think he throws them away after he plays them.
Yeah?
Yeah, so that way... Yeah.
Burn upon listening?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a shame. I mean, I understand some things are meant for the ether, but shouldn't douse it in ether, you know?
I'm just kidding.
And the National Federation of Independent Businesses reminds you that it pays to shop at small businesses. When you shop at small businesses, you're supporting your friends, family, and you're supporting the community. Small businesses support our schools, our charities, and they employ most of America's private sector workforce. Learn more at www.nfib.com. This message was brought to you by the National Federation of Independent Businesses and WAIF Cincinnati.
There you go, kids. Well, we're going to roll out here just momentarily. I wanted to remind everybody to go to WAIF's website and become a member today, WAIF883.org. We also have updated programming grids, smart and Android apps for your phone, and you could email or check out where your favorite programmer is. If you have an idea for a program, well, we've got proposal forms on the website. Download one of those, fill it out, send it into WAIF, and we'll check you out. If it's good, you can become part of this tight-knit community. We have been around since the mid-1970s. An icon on Cincinnati's radio dial. It was always the first click. You know, when I turned to FM, it was always like the first clicks. So I listened to it a fair amount, actually.
Right. Oh, this works. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the reasons I like bluegrass is I used to listen to, I don't know if it's Gene's Bluegrass, but when I was in the 80s, there was a bluegrass show, and I really enjoyed it. And also listened to a lot of, on the drive home, I think they had a show called Larry's Bottom Line, where people called in and basically got in an argument with this guy. But
nice. That's a pretty good...
Super opinionated dude.
Oh, man. Wheels are spinning, man. This is going to happen.
Cutting the grass?
Yeah.
That was on Saturday morning?
Yeah.
Cutting the grass. Yeah,
when I was a kid, my dad used to listen to a traditional German music show on his channel, like
it's still
late
on.
70s, early 80s.
Probably, yeah. Actually, there's a forget the guy's name, but we have a plaque out in our lobby with his face on it. I'll show it to you later.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And my first exposure was the Chris and Rob late night talk show.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to roll into something a little different here. Got some Grateful Dead after this, just a little bit before the Notorious Joyous gets on there. He'll be on bringing you some groovy stuff. This is some footage from the 1950s that you can't see it, but you got to see it. So go to YouTube and check this out. But this is a 1950s housewife on LSD is what the topic said here. And this was done on the East Coast, I believe. Dr. Sidney Cohen interviews a research subject and administers LSD to her at an LA Veterans Administration hospital. So it was on the West Coast.
Here is part of an interview with the subject just before LSD is to be administered.
My husband is an employee here at the VA, and he told me that they were looking for normal people, and I volunteered.
I see. Do you feel you're normal?
I hope I'm normal. I think so.
Well, a little while back you took quite a series of psychological tests, and I can assure you that you're a very stable and well-balanced person as a result of the tests. And how do you feel about coming here and drinking this strange material?
I'm a little nervous, perhaps.
Well, I think that's normal. Well, I think it's time for you to have your lysergic acid. Drink this down, and we'll be back after a while and see how you're doing.
This is a glass of water, colorless, tasteless. It contains 100 gamma of LSD-25, 1/10 of a milligram, the equivalent of 1/600th of a grain. An ounce of this material will make 150,000 such doses. Let us observe the effect some 3 hours later.
Well, tell me.
Well, I just couldn't. I couldn't possibly tell you. It's here. Can't you feel it? This whole room. This everything is in color, and I can feel the air. I can see it. I can see all the molecules. I'm part of it. Can't you see it?
I'm trying.
Oh, it's just like you're released or you're free or... I don't know how I can tell you.
How do you feel inside?
Inside? I don't have any inside.
Is it all one?
It would be all one if you weren't here, and if nobody else. Yes, everything is one. You have nothing to do with it. I am one with what I am. I can see everything in color. Everything. You have to see the air. You can't believe it. And the dimensions and all the prisms and the rays and everything coming down through you and moving.
What does this all mean to you?
I've never seen such infinite beauty in my life. It's like a curtain or a spider web. Can you see it? It's right here in front of me, right now. Watch. No. Oh, good heavens. You know what went through me? It passed right through me.
Could you feel it?
Me? There isn't any me.
Is all this pleasant or unpleasant? Or aren't these the right words?
What seems pleasant or unpleasant? There isn't anything pleasant or unpleasant. It's too beautiful. It's how can you think of it? I mean, can't you feel it? Everything is so beautiful and lovely and alive. You shouldn't say anything about anything not being. This is reality. This is. If you look right over there. Are you looking? Can you?
Yes, what should I see?
I wish I could talk in Technicolor, or let you see. Can you? Did you say you can see it?
No, I can't quite see it. Tell me about it.
I can't tell you about it. If you can't see it, then you'll just never know it. I feel sorry for you.
This is actually Dr. Cohen right here. Talking with
Now,
Gerald.
Gerald,
This
I
is
know
Gerald.
you have great personal experience with lysergic acid. What do you think of it?
To do that in 2 minutes, eternity in an hour. It's almost impossible, of course, as all the patients say, to describe it. You can only say it isn't, it isn't, it isn't. Trying to tell people what it is. Well, of course, I don't know any of our friends, Sid, that have taken it but haven't said this one thing in common. Well, I never knew anything like that in the whole of my life. And 1 or 2 people have said to me, I've said it to myself, that's what death is going to be like. And oh, what fun it will be.
How do you mean that?
Well, I mean that there are the colors and the beauties, the designs, the beautiful way things appear. People themselves, dull people that I thought dull, appear fascinating, interesting, mysterious, wonderful. But that's only the beginning. A man was saying it this afternoon who was taking it. Suddenly you notice that there aren't these separations, that we're not on a separate island shouting across to somebody else and trying to hear what they're saying and misunderstanding them. You know, you use the word yourself, empathy. This thing's flowing underneath. We're parts of a single continent. It meets underneath the water. And with that goes such delight, the sober certainty of waking bliss.
Well, there you go, guys. That was supposedly the 1950s housewife on LSD. Absolutely hilarious, but also very educational. I've witnessed several people take this when I was younger. It's my disclaimer. And yeah, it's kind of just like that.
Right. A friend of mine just told me that
Right.
it kind of, listen to that, kind of makes him want to take some LSD.
Yeah.
A friend.
I know.
Told
A friend
me.
of a friend. Anyway, let's get on with a little bit more. Notorious Joyous is about set up here. He's about ready to rock and roll here.
He's got the mood lighting going on. Yeah, he's feeling it. Ow!
That's right. So he'll be on. You ready now, man? No. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give him a little pressure. I was gonna play some music, which I can play some music. No, it doesn't matter, man.
Well, here, I got something I can say. Folks, when you're out driving home tonight, and you've got that half joint hanging out of your mouth, and it's not lit, and you pull up and there's a guy out there panhandling, I want you to give that half joint to him because he needs it more than you do.
Exactly.
And
way more.
Get ready, coming up.
Notorious Joyous.
Mr. Q's back in town. Where's he at?
Yeah, hopefully Mr. Q will be back in the studio. Have some fun stuff.
Perfectly legal. It's about a legal state.
Exactly.